Well, hello once again. It's Mike Jacobs from the Spiritually Awakened Man channel. And let's just jump right in. So today we're talking about authenticity. Why is authenticity important for your ascension? I noticed that the concept of being authentic, authenticity, the authentic self, these terms have been coming up more recently than I can remember in a while. And I started wondering, why is this so important? And then I saw a little note somewhere along the way here that there was some study that was done. I believe it was in Germany, and it was measuring something called the Spain Index. And the Spain Index is the scale of the Spain Index stands for the scale of positive and negative experience. So I'm not really super familiar with this, but they made a big deal out of it because on the Spain Index, the concept of authenticity outranked, well, actually, it was at the top of the list in terms of the experience that it was at the top of the list, well above love and gratitude. Now, on the scale of vibrational frequency that we have seen before, love and gratitude are right up there, almost at the top, if not at the top. Enlightenment is above them, but they're pretty much the top things you can achieve in terms of your vibrational frequency. So that's a big deal. What does it have to do with love and gratitude? Love and gratitude are emotions. Authenticity is not an emotion. Being authentic is a noun. So it was kind of interesting to me. So I thought I would do a video on it real quick in case anyone else is wondering the same thing. So how is authenticity important to ascension? Well, as it turns out, authenticity is tied to your higher vibrational frequency. How is that? Well, because authenticity creates the alignment, or you would really say, if you are authentic, that would be defined as your actions are in alignment with your core belief systems, your core values, i.e., the things that make you happy, that you really believe in and enjoy. So that would tie to a high vibrational frequency, the way we've seen it measured before, and would also tie to the Spain Index of authenticity, because you would have a very high Spain Index of being authentic if you are tying your actions to your core beliefs. So there's the connection right there. So what does this mean in real terms, day-to-day terms? Well, for example, if you were exhibiting authenticity, as we just said, it aligns with, its actions aligning with beliefs. You would be somebody who doesn't care about the validation and judgment of others insofar as your authenticity goes. You are the type of person that's taking full responsibility for your actions. Why? Because they're tied to your core beliefs. You would naturally attract others with same vibrational frequency levels, and you'd be building a community of like-minded people around this same level of authenticity. As an example, leaders typically are very authentic because they have their alignment there again. And people are drawn to people that have the same alignment of core beliefs to actions. And so it all works together in a nice, kind of a nice way that you can link together. The concepts work nicely in a little ecosystem there. It also kind of ties in another way. I've noticed that the world is changing around us, and I ran across something that explained this very nicely in the way it compared some things. How we are changing dramatically in this world, and it has a lot to do with your spiritual awakening. So I call these three categories the selves: the conditional self, the awakening self, and the authentic self. The conditional self is concerned about themselves only, things that relate to them. If it doesn't relate to them, they're not that interested in it. It's kind of an if-then conditional way of measuring that. If you're in an awakening self category, that would be like having a spiritual awakening. You're starting to change. You're starting to look at things differently. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Back to Wayne Dyer, one of my favorite sayings to describe this. And then the next category over would be the authentic self. The next category over would be the authentic self. And that's what we're just talking about right now with the concept of authenticity, with the concept of authenticity and the authentic self. So how would you describe this with some different words to put it in perspective that you can relate to? Well, the concept of mine, ours, and us would align. Mine would align to the conditional self, ours, the awakening self, and the concept of us to the authentic self. Said another way, it would align to the individual, the team, or the stakeholder community. Individual would be conditional, team, awakening, stakeholder community would be in the category of authenticity. In terms of management styles, maybe in companies that you work with or for, it would be described as dictatorial, democratic, or self-leading teams. Again, conditional, awakening, or authentic. So those are some examples of how this fits into the world around you, and you can think about it if you choose to. I also understand that the world is changing very rapidly from a world where you could put this in the matriarchy categories. Service to self would be more toward the conditional self side. And things are changing and moving more toward at the other end of the spectrum, which would be service to others. That is much more in line with awakening and the authentic self. So that's yet another way to tie it in. So I think we've seen several ways we can tie authenticity and being authentic and the authentic self back to the difference between the antithesis of that, and also how it ties to raising your vibrational frequency. And as we all know, raising your vibrational frequency is paramount to being able to work toward an ascension level for yourself. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed that and you learned something. I'll be back soon with some more videos. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you would. And that's all there is today. So be well. That's all there is today. So be well. Bye for now.